Hey everyone, finished watching the next episode of Power Rangers Mystic Force long ago. Imperious summons a new monster, Jester. He gives him a device and tells him to use dark magic to wreak havoc. The Rangers are distracted from their training by Fireheart, the baby dragon. Udana detects dark magic nearby and the Rangers rush out to find it. They encounter a guy in gold armor and despite him not making a move, they attack him. Udana appears and breaks up the fight, revealing that she knows the mysterious man. His armored form disappears and Udana introduces him. His name is Kalendor, an old ally. Phineas watches on, nervous about something. Jester, meanwhile, is out causing chaos. The Rangers take their mystic speeders. At Root Core, Claire sees dark magic in the crystal ball, but when she turns her back, Kalendor waves his hand, turning it back to normal. Claire is suspicious of him. Genji sees Kalendor and exclaims, "Not him," before hiding back away in his lamp. Kalendor tells Udana that in the past he was attacked by someone named Daggeron. Udana is shocked at this information. Genji tries to cut in, but Kalendor puts a heavy book on top of his lamp, keeping him stuck. Jester draws a symbol on the ground during his fight with the Rangers. He retreats, and the Rangers investigate the symbol. Claire goes outside and bumps into Phineas. He reveals to her that he witnessed Kalendor attack Daggeron in the ancient magic war. Claire runs back to warn Udana. At the record shop, the Rangers find that tree frog that's been watching them the last couple of episodes. Madison freaks out and the others scramble to catch it. Claire returns to Root Core just as Kalendor is about to give Udana a glass of something. Claire jumps on him, knocking the glass away. The contents of the glass turn into acidic foam. Kalendor drops his human appearance and reveals his true form, Imperious. He traps Udana and Claire in a force field and tries to steal the Zenitome. Luckily, it's protected by a spell. He tries to break it. The Rangers find Jester and try once again to defeat him. Madison figures out what the symbol he drew earlier was. They're part of a magic seal like Korags. Jester tries to attack Madison, but the tree frog jumps on his face, distracting him and allowing the Rangers to get an advantage. Madison kisses the frog as thanks, and it turns into a man. He pulls out a morpher of his own and morphs. He is Solaris Knight, the Sun Warrior. He summons Genji and transforms his lamp into a laser gun. With his abilities, he defeats Jester. He goes to Root Core and blasts away Imperious, who teleports away. Solaris Knight, or to use his human name, Daggeron, explains his past to Udana. Kalendor had changed into a monstrous form when he attacked him in the past. They, along with Genji, were cursed and trapped within the cave. Kalendor became the mummy, Imperious, and Daggeron became a frog. Udana asks him about Bowen, her baby, as we learn here. Phineas is listening in. He worries about something he did, and Mystic Force finding out. What could he be worried about? This is an amazing episode, fast-paced, and filled with twists and reveals. As before, much of this episode, I think, could have been helped by slowing down and maybe stretching the plot over 2 or 3 episodes, but the shortened episode count probably put a stop on that. Regardless, this one does a lot without feeling anywhere near as rushed as the previous episode. Fireheart is the one weak element here. He's there at the beginning and then completely forgotten about for the rest of the runtime. I think maybe he should have been Imperious's original target when he came to Root Core. Eventually, Imperious decides on stealing the Zenitome, but up until then, he's just reckless with what he says and does. Going after Fireheart initially would give him a clearer goal and tighten the events of the episode better, I think. When the Rangers first encounter Kalendor in his armored form, they immediately attack, despite Kalendor just standing there. They're aware the forest is full of magical beings. Why did they assume he's evil? I mean, it turns out he is, but beside the point. They violated Zordon's rule of never escalating a battle. I guess that rule doesn't exist this season. There's a lot of clever hints to Kalendor not being who he appears to be, but he doesn't seem particularly concerned about anyone finding him out. He seemingly only wants to remain undetected long enough to kill Udana. Jester is a fun villain. He's manic and hyperactive. He draws mustaches on some people, and I thought this was going to tie in with his powers or something he does later, but no, he just felt like drawing mustaches on people. Daggeron is introduced, and it's an impressive first appearance. His frog form that's been around the last couple episodes is reminiscent of Sam's light ball floating around for a while before his true introduction. Huh. We don't learn much about him at this point. He has a connection with Genji, he has elemental powers of the sun, similar to Udana's moon powers, and Imperius betrayed him. Why he was turned into a frog, though? No idea. Why he was freed with a kiss to the frog? I don't know. Udana drops in a new name, Lienbo. Who could this be? Another ally? Perhaps like Imperius, another ally now turned villain. Bowen, we learn, is her baby. Maybe one of the Rangers could be her child. Probably Nick. He has that baby blanket, identical to the one we've seen in a flashback before. Or it could be Chip. He's the only other character besides Udana to have red hair in this season. Phineas gets some nice moments in this episode, especially his scene with Claire. His final scene is intriguing. What is it he could have done that worries him? Is it connected to Bowen? Did he take Bowen somewhere? Maybe he took Bowen to the human world. We already know from Phineas's past that the magic beings of the forest aren't accepting of different types of people, so it's not likely if he wanted to keep Bowen safe, he'd hand him off to them. I'm really leaning towards Nick being Bowen. Maybe Chip, but then they'd have to explain why Nick has the red baby blanket. Really good episode. This may be one of my favorites of Mystic Force so far. So that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.
I know what you are. You like kissing frogs, don't you? You're a frog kisser.